Hey guys, thank you for joining me again today for our aesthetic adventures, and today we have Marisia with us. So Marisia is already an aesthetic veteran, right? You, this is how many times have you been with us?
Quite a few times.
Yeah. As a young patient, it's important to start almost like a pre-rejuvenation and preventative, and you don't have to do big things. So doing small things that enhance your vitality and your beauty, which is very beautiful already, in a natural way. And you know, Marisia, I actually saw something recently. You can tell us about yourself a little bit actually before we discuss this thing.
Hi, my name is Marisia. I'm 26 years old, almost 27. Ever since I met Doc, I look younger. I used to look older. But for me, I think it's so important to look after yourself and to put certain measures in place to prevent aging, especially like women. We age really quickly and fast, and for me it was important, and I always envied women that look after themselves.
Yes.
For me it was so important.
Yes.
And I actually met Dr. Bhana through one of her other patients, and I just love everything about my treatments here. And for me, everything has been so natural, and that's what I love. So it's not like drastic changes, like I come in and I walk out and I look like a different person. For me, it's all about natural beauty and using those things as guidelines, and I love it. Every time I walk out, I love it.
I'm so good. You know, it's important to replenish your skin, and we're going to do some of that today because you're going away. So travel as well is taxing on the skin, and now with all the masks that you have to wear on the plane, it's extra taxing and very dehydrating. And because you love the outdoors, we're going to do an intense antioxidant infusion. We're going to do something called nanosoft, like a mesotherapy around the eyes, because as we age, as we get older, the first thing that ages is the area around the eyes. That's the first thing that is noticeable. And then like a full face and neck treatment, it's always nice to do something holistic, and then to maintain the lips. And you've had already your anti-wrinkle injection, so it's not exactly time for that yet, but we're going to do a so-called glass skin facial for you. So it's a micro infusion, so a little step down from an intense micro needling, but I've made a cocktail with a little bit of filler, a little bit of botulinum toxin, some vitamins, and the same thing, this NCTF HA, like hyaluronic acid with a glutathione and vitamins that we're going to stamp into the skin. So one of the other things before we start, filters, because there's, a lot of, now you're talking about the importance of looking natural and looking after yourself, but there was obviously someone on Instagram that irritated you. And then I know everyone uses filters, but this is completely filter free. You look amazing without a filter. And I know you had a filter on, and then to show people listen, this is a filter off, and it practically looked the same. So what were your thoughts? You said something really important. What was it?
Yeah, for me it was just that, I think it's so important for all of us to accept each other for who we are. And I think for me it's so important to also look after yourself. Whatever measurements you put in place, it's so important to look after yourself and take care of yourself.
Yes.
And people do it differently, but filters don't define us. Often we use it just as maybe to emphasize something. Maybe we feel like we look shit on the day.
Yes.
But you know what, that's not how you look in real life, but use it when you want.
Yeah, just like a pick-me-up now and then. I think it's if you start thinking you look like the filter, or obsessing about looking like the filter, because that sometimes happens to us. People will come in with very highly filtered photos. Can you do this? And you can't. So it's fun to use, but not to lose touch of reality, right?
No, I completely. My mom went years ago, and she's like, "Oh my god, I was so sore. I could never go in my life again." And I was a bit scared. But But when doctor entered the needle, and I didn't really feel, I was like, you can feel it, of course, and obviously, but it wasn't sore at all, which for me was great, because I think most people have a fear of needles.
No, true. So, even I do.
Yeah.
But I have these things, so because I had to just get over it a little bit. just tell me if there's any discomfort.
Feels like a little massage.
So this is the nanosoft. Sorry, Marisia, if you turn towards me. So they're these tiny little needles. It's nice for around the eye because the eye area is really sensitive and we want to prevent any bruising. So it's very tiny needles with NCTF in the syringe. And there's no papules happening. I think your skin's too healthy.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, no, that's like a little papule. So when the papule is formed, it's usually quite sensitive for the patient. They usually go, ow, but I don't know. Are you fine?
There's a little
there, that's like a tiny little. Also, sometimes it's not a great idea to, even though they're lines, to do botulinum toxin around the eye. You know, it can make a person look emotionless. And a little bit, you know, Marisia's got a really nice smile, so you don't want to take away from that. And I mean, it's not that you can't do it, but I don't think right now it's necessary. So these little tiny little papules that it raises, so it makes a little well for the product there. And then if you smile for me, so I mean, yeah, you're still pretty young, but you know, you get these lines like accordion lines, and then you can even do a papule there. But yeah, they've designed this, I think, especially for the thin skin around the eye. And when you come through again, we'll do your treatment on your chest, like a full needling. Because you athletic, you active, you outdoors, and it's summer. Often we forget that, you know, and then you'll have like a very youthful face and neck, and then as we get older, the sun damage on our chest starts to show.
Yeah.
So that's the nanosoft. It raises little papules. There's also this, which is a mesorel needle. So mesorel is mesotherapy. It's a mesotherapy needle. So mesotherapy is into the mesoderm middle layer, like intradermal and even epidermal sort of injections. There's different techniques. So I make sure my needle is up, and then we raise a little like papule, a little bubble. So the hyaluronic acid in here is not cross-linked, so those little bubbles will disappear. You okay there, Marisia?
Perfect.
You can see the little papules there from the nanosoft needle, and then if you want like a bigger papule from, say, the mesorel, and you want more product, you can make a little bit of a bigger papule. It's very you know, this skin around the eye, it is difficult to treat because you have to be gentle, but the best is to improve the quality of the skin and the thickness of the skin. So because going beyond this point with any toxin, you get like a round-eyed look. So some people want it, or you get something called scleral show where your lid goes really down. So often we only go until there, and if you go too close to the eye, you can get some some issues. So it's nice to rather build it up with these sort of things versus versus too much toxin or Botox, if I can. This is our, well, I don't know what to call it. I'll call it our pink Barbie, our Barbie potion. So this is also again the micro infusion device with the tiny gold plated needles. And on a previous patient in another video, we've done the sunset mix. So this is our little Barbie mix. It's vitamins, NCTF HA, which is slightly pink as well, botulinum toxin, as well as some filler, so to give tightening and some intense hydration to the skin, and loaded with antioxidants. So nice for you that's going away. Okay, and then also, I mean, you don't really, you're young, so you've got like these baby hairs, but we're still going to stamp in the hairline so that you get a bit of stimulation there, because you like wearing top knot, like really tight hairstyles.
I always have a bola.
Yeah, on the top. So eventually does like have a bit of stress along the hairline. So let's just try and get it before, you know.
I love the color.
Yeah, I also like the pink. Yeah, so you're just stamping, calmly stamping, yeah. So yeah, this is really nice, like low downtime, especially if you've got something on the next day. Then it's something you can do that's nice and stimulating without worrying about exceptional redness or flaking or anything like that. Just gonna go there as well. And a little goes a long way. So this can do your neck. It could probably also do your hands, and we're gonna go over your lip as well. So. And then before I end, I'll also inject a little bit of that mesorel here, just to help. There's a bit of hyperpigmentation, so that's more from the sun. And they're not actually hollow, so they like go into your skin, and then the liquid kind of wraps around them, and that's infused.
It's very therapeutic. It almost feels like a massage tool.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, so it's not too uncomfortable. And if you can, like, not to have numbing, like for microneedling, yes, some people don't do microneedling with numbing, but I don't think I'm those sort of people. But this you can. And then I'm just going into your eyebrow just for growth. It won't interfere with this.
This is so nice. It's so gentle.
And no itching anywhere or anything. But afterwards, I'm going to put a mask on for you. Okay. Like a green leave-on mask. Okay. It's see-through. It's you've had the hydrogellies before,
yes,
so
yeah.
It's a little bit different from that. We're going to put something over your eyes, but you've been under the LED. So we've got a new one in. You haven't tried this LED. It's quite so it's got such a cool cycle of color changes. So be nice, and you can relax for a bit.
I quite enjoyed the other one too with the glasses.
Oh yes, yeah. Is that okay?
Perfect.
And then there will be some serum left. I'll draw it up for you, and then you can apply during the day. I want to try and get most of it in. So with the botulinum toxin, it's an off-label indication, but it does tighten up the pores. It reduces redness, and if you've got oily skin or breakouts, it does assist with that. but it's not like a well-known or FDA approved indication for it, but it's widely used.
Okay.
Yeah, they also use it now, like they hyper dilute it, like I've diluted it more than the normal, like more than when we did it in this area.
Yes.
You can also inject it into scars, so it really relaxes the tension on, like say, new scars, and keloids, so it reduces scarring. So it's a really cool drug. And then it's nice to do this because your top eyelid is like the thinnest skin, and it often is neglected. So this is just like a nice botanical leave-on mask. I'm going to put another mask on for you, but it's like a solid rose quartz mask. It's very cooling because we worked on your eyes quite a bit. So it'll be a bit like heavy, but it's also really soothing, especially for under the LED. So you can just tell me if that's comfortable. That's
amazing.
Your job now is just to like relax a little bit. Okay, comfy. There we go. There you go, Marisia. Pleasure. So tomorrow you might also feel a little bit dry. It's just important to moisturize in your sunscreen, and just this evening in terms of showering and bathing, nothing, not like a very hot shower. And then we went a little bit into your hairline, so I'd say if you want to wash your hair, just tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. Does it feel a little better? I'll pop something on your lip because we stamped there as well, just to hydrate. Okay, so the tingle is normal afterwards. And then around the eyes, as you can see, you know, a little bit of where we injected, but by tomorrow that should all be gone. Yes. So it's just important, just moisturizing and sunscreen, especially tomorrow. Cool.
Amazing. I can see that.
Yeah.
But must I also moisturize my neck?
Yeah. Pleasure. Thank you guys for joining me. I had fun today doing treatments, and I love rejuvenating people. Marisia is an amazing patient, a young patient that has been doing these tiny tweakments super naturally, and today we did something called micro-infusion for her. She's going to be traveling soon, so low downtime but a big boost. If you like what we did, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And then if you have any comments about what we've done, or you want to see something exciting that we haven't done yet, please drop it in the comments below. Thank you. Bye-bye.